My child, I am not a silent observer of the earth. I watch every kingdom, every ruler, every voice that rises in pride. No power lasts when it stands against truth. I alone decide the seasons of nations and the destiny of hearts. You see confusion and think darkness has won, but I tell you, I still rule from eternity, and I bring down the arrogance that forgets compassion. When those who reject mercy use strength to oppress, their thrones begin to crumble from within. I overthrow what is built on pride. Do you remember what happens when people lift themselves higher than humility allows? History is filled with empires that glittered for a moment and then turned to dust. I did not destroy them out of anger alone. I removed them so that future generations might learn that power without goodness collapses. I resist the proud but give grace to the humble. This means whenever a heart or a nation boasts thinking, we need no guidance from above, the ground beneath it becomes unsteady. Pride invites its own downfall. Humility attracts my covering. So, my child, keep your spirit low before me. Even if the world around you rises in rebellion, stay small in my presence, and I will raise you in the right time. I erase the memory of evil. You read that I erase the remembrance of the wicked. Understand what this means. It is not simply that I punish. It is that I cleanse history of what poisons the hearts of people. When cruelty becomes tradition, I interrupt it. When injustice becomes law, I rewrite it through time. I do not delight in destruction. I delight in restoration. Yet restoration often begins with removing what corrupts. Just as a gardener cuts away diseased branches to save the tree, I sometimes remove entire systems that choke the life of the innocent. And when I erase, I also heal. The world forgets the oppressor, but remembers the lesson, that righteousness endures longer than terror. Lessons from the past. Think of the mighty rulers whose names once made nations tremble. Where are they now? Their palaces are dust, their voices silence, but the prayers of the humble still echo. From the days of ancient Egypt to the modern halls of power, I have shown that no crown outlasts conscience. Those who used their strength to serve others became part of blessing. Those who used it to dominate became a warning. So when you see evil seem to prosper, do not lose hope. Time is my tool, and patience is part of justice. I never forget, though I wait. The pattern of my justice. My justice flows like the tide. It may withdraw for a moment, but it always returns stronger. When the flood of righteousness comes, it sweeps away corruption gently for the faithful and fiercely for the unrepentant. There is a rhythm to how I work. First to warn, then I give space for repentance. If repentance is refused, I remove what cannot be healed. This is not cruelty, it is mercy in another form. For if evil remained forever, goodness could never breathe. For the one who trusts me, you, my beloved, are not to fear when you see the shaking of the world. Mountains may crumble, laws may change, leaders may fall, but my kingdom stands untouched. Those who trust me become witnesses of renewal. While others panic, you will perceive purpose. You will know that every collapse makes room for something pure to grow. Keep your faith steady. Even if nations rage, your peace will not be taken. For your hope is not in systems or governments. It is in the Lord who judges faithfully. When I rise to defend the innocent, there comes a time when the cries of the humble reach my throne and I answer with action. I lift up those who were stepped on. I uncover lies that were covered by wealth. I cause truth to shine like morning light after a long storm. Many will say, how suddenly everything changed, but you will know it was I who moved. My justice is slow only to the impatient. To the wise, it is perfectly timed. Related wisdom, all paraphrased for copyright for use. 1. From the ancient songs of faith, the Lord watches over the faithful and cuts off the plans of the proud. Meaning, I see every hidden scheme. I protect the hearts that remain true. 2. From prophetic writings of old, The Lord brings low the arrogant and lifts the humble from the dust. Meaning, I exchange places of honor. Those who serve with love rise. Those who rule with cruelty fall. 3. From teachings of wisdom. When a ruler listens to truth, his kingdom stands. When he listens to flattery, it decays. Meaning, leadership built on honesty endures. Deception destroys from within. Each of these truths flows from my heart. They are not bound by time language. They are eternal laws written into creation itself. My mercy, even in judgment. Do not think my hand of correction is without compassion. Even when I tear down, I desire to rebuild. When I remove one kingdom, it is so another may rise with kindness. If you could see what I see, the hidden suffering behind walls of luxury, the prayers of children unheard by men, and you would understand why I act. Justice and mercy are not enemies in me. They dance together perfectly. The fall of evil is the rise of good. Every fall of darkness makes room for new light. Every proud ruler that fades becomes a space where new compassion can grow. I do not erase merely to destroy. I clear the ground for hope to bloom. So when you hear of great powers collapsing, do not only mourn, look for the seed of renewal. My kingdom is not shaken. It expands quietly through hearts that still believe. You are safe in my kingdom. When judgment comes upon the world, remember, my kingdom within you cannot be shaken. Your security does not depend on what men build, but on what I have spoken. I have written your name upon my hands. No chaos can erase it. While nations rise and fall, you stand in covenant with the Eternal One. Hold fast to love, to prayer, to forgiveness. These are the banners of my true kingdom. What you must learn: when I remove evil, do not grow bitter, grow wiser. Learn to recognize pride in yourself before it grows strong. Honor me, not only with words, but with choices that reflect justice and mercy. Speak kindly, give generously, walk humbly. These are the marks of those who dwell safely under my reign. If you live this way, you will never fear the shaking of the world again. Final whisper. Child, remember this truth. I, the Lord, am patient, but not powerless. I allow pride to rise for a moment so that humility may be treasured forever. When I strike down what is evil, it is not revenge, it is restoration. So lift your eyes when the world trembles. The fall of the proud is not the end, it is the beginning of renewal. My justice is sure, my mercy endless, and my rule eternal. Stay close to me. You will see empires fade, but my love will never fade. You will watch names vanish, but mine will remain written in light across the heavens.